Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. This is such an impossible demand, and that is to remove in 24 hours 1.1 million people from Gaza. That is Palestinians. This is a way of absolving yourself of any guilt when you're going to enter Gaza and you're going to flatten the little enclave. So Israel calls for civilians to leave Gaza city as military amasses tanks. So I have 3 articles here, and I'm going to show you how before I commit a crime, I tell you to do something that it's impossible to avoid it. And then when I'm going to commit a crime, I will say, well, I warned you. What was I supposed to do? Well, I warned you. I gave you 24 hours for 1.1 million people ethnically cleansed from Gaza just to remove themselves from a town. Now, let me just an area. Reuters. Israel calls for civilians to leave Gaza city as military amasses tank. This doesn't mean anything, but they say that just for public opinion, to trumpet that, and blame whomever stays in Gaza and will be victimized, which will be bombed. It's not our fault because look, we warned you. What are you talking about? We're going to look at feasibility of this demand or warning, empathetic warning. If you, let's say you, imagine you live in a town with 1.1 million people. Imagine you evacuate. It means all these guys leave in 24 hours. That's one, leave, and then go where? Then go where? They don't go to relatives. They go where? In Egypt, in the desert. What awaits for them in the desert? I mean, even if, where are they going to go in Cairo? Are they going to go in any town in Egypt? They're going to be in a desert. No water, no food, nothing, anything prepared? No. So that means what? What do you offer them? You either stay on your homeland and we're going to bomb the shit out of you, or you're going to go over there and it's going to be on you when you're going to be starving and dying. It's not going to be us. We warned you. My friends, we don't have to be retards to realize the garbage of this kind of warning. So that's the first article. Reuters again. Israel warns half of Gaza's population to move south, United Nations says. And it says that the United Nations said Israel military informed it late on Thursday that 1.1 million Palestinians in Gaza should relocate to the enclaves south within the next 24 hours in what Palestinians fear could be precursor to a planned Israeli ground offensive following a deadly Hamas militant attack. So where are they going to go? He says this amount of approximately 1.1 million people, or nearly half of Gaza's 2.3 million population. The areas north of Wadi Gaza includes Gaza City, the enclave's largest city. So let's say you don't go to Egypt. You're going to move to what? I mean, have you seen the how do you call it? How many people are over there on a square mile? If you want to put it, how many square miles you got over there? And you go where? Where exactly do you go? Do you think Gaza is like, I don't know, a county or a state in the United States of America where you have woods, you have, fields? Is that how it is? It's just a welcoming environment. And they over there all live in luxury apartments. Where is half going to move to? Or imagine this, you have a city, and Israel comes and tells you half of this city population, let's say 2.3 million people, they say 1.1 million people will move from this side of the town to the other side of the town. You tell me how feasible that is. Because I'm going to flatten the other side. And when I'm going to flatten that, you're going to come back, right? And I'm ready with tanks to go over there. What does that tell you? When I come back, if I come back, what do I find there? As they said, they will change the Gaza in a city of tents. And that's tents, I guess, inhabited tents. So let's look at another article here. The last one, actually. And here is from Business Insider. It says Israel's demand for 1.1 million people to evacuate northern Gaza in 24 hours is impossible without devastating consequences, United Nations says. I mean, you gotta be, I don't know, not think, or think, but in a certain way, to say that, hey, I do this, I covered my ass, so it's on you and your seventh generation. The UN says Israel's demand that northern Gaza be cleared out in 24 hours is impossible, and quote unquote. And guess what? Israel probably would blame the United Nations for anti-Semitism or something, because they unjustifiably issued this thing and dared to oppose their thing. Or they will go with this. They'll go, okay, we get in 24 hours, they're going to say, and they're going to pretend to be good-hearted, and they say, okay, we're going to give you 48 hours. You shouldn't give us anything. You shouldn't give us a warning of 24 hours, 48 hours, 5 years. Fuck off. That should be the answer. But they start with slow. Oh, it's impossible. And then they say, well, no, we're going to give you, let's say, 72 hours or something like this. 48 hours. They're going to give you something like they give you. They're good-hearted people. And then we're going to flatten your houses, okay? We just care for you. I mean, please, my friends. It says a mass human exodus would have devastating humanitarian consequences, a UN spokesperson said. The IDF told Insider it urges all civilians to flee to avoid being used as Hamas human shields. Yeah, well, if they use you as a human shield, how can you leave? If they forcefully use you as human shields, that means they keep you there. How in the hell they will not keep you from fleeing? What's the logic? So if you can't flee, that means you can't be used as a human shield, unless they do it against your will. So what makes you think that in 24 hours Hamas is not going to encircle all of these guys and going to use them, all of them, in human shield, as human shield? It doesn't make sense. You either are free to go, or you're free to stay, right? Or, you know what I mean? Free to stay. You know what I mean? So they say, no, Gaza, Hamas will use you as human shields. That means you can go, no? Either Hamas has the power, that means it's not in the population's, how should I put it, I mean, the decision, is that a population decision? They can want to go, but if Hamas wants to keep them over there, they can't go anyway, because they're going to keep them against their will over there anyway. So what's this warning all about? So they're concerned they're going to be used as human shields. Yeah, okay. Well, this is it, my friend. The pretense, I think, to we're going to hit you, and we told you. We warned you. We warned you. What are you talking about? It's like, let's say tomorrow, Russia tells France or Great Britain, you got to leave the island, my friends. All of you, leave the islands in 12 hours, because we're going to flatten your islands. What are you going to do? First, you're going to say off, that's the first thing. And the other one, let's say you decide to go. You think you'll be able to go with your population. Let's say you have only 1.1 million. Are you going to be able to? Not 60 million. Let's say 1 million. And you try to go what? Cross where? To France? To the other side of to what? Northern Ireland? Where are you going to go? To the Republic of Ireland? They're going to wait for you over there like that. Come over, Red Rover. Anyway, you can come in, you can stay there, you can come in. Anyway, my friends, here it is. Thank you very much for being with me again today. That's just a pretext. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.